Those same lights in your ceiling are quietly sabotaging your brain's performance. You think you're just working late, but artificial blue light is chemically suppressing your melatonin and destroying your biological clock. You are not just tired, you are in a state of permanent physiological jet lag that destroys deep sleep. For 200,000 years, the sun was the one unyielding master of human biology. Our ancestors followed a perfect rhythmic choreography. The dawn's warm amber glow slowly pulled the brain into wakefulness. The blinding brilliance of midday heralded peak physical and mental performance, and the amber retreat of sunset yielded to the pure velvety darkness of night, broken only by the faint, flickering glow of a campfire. Our brains evolved to look for this cycle. But step into 2026 and we have completely severed that connection. We don't live under the sky anymore. We live inside a hyper-connected, artificial light grid. The moment we wake up, we submerge ourselves in a synthetic environment. We step out of bed and flick on ultra-bright overhead LEDs. We spend our commutes staring at high-nit dashboard displays, spend 8 hours staring at dual monitors under buzzing office lights, and spend our evenings scrolling through 4K OLED smartphone screens. So, we have effectively created a world where there is no longer night for our biology. And to your brain, you are in a state of permanent, chaotic twilight. It's an unrelenting evolutionary mismatch that our ancient biology was never designed to handle. To understand exactly why this artificial landscape is so toxic, we have to look deep inside the human eye. Most of us think our eyes are just for seeing, for processing shapes and colors, but hidden within the retina is a specialized layer of cells that have absolutely nothing to do with conscious vision. These are called intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells, iPRGCs, and they contain a primitive, highly sensitive photopigment called melanopsin. Melanopsin receptors are essentially the brain's internal light meters, and they are incredibly biased. They don't care about red or green light. They are tuned with laser precision to detect short-wavelength blue light. In nature, there is only one thing that emits this specific frequency of high-intensity blue light: the high noon sun. When your melanopsin receptors taste that blue light, they fire a hyperspeed electrical signal directly into the suprachiasmatic nucleus, the master clock of your brain. Here is the trap. Your modern energy-efficient LED light bulbs, your tablet, and your television are engineered to blast massive spikes of that exact same short-wavelength blue light. When you stare at your phone in bed at 11 p.m., your eyes are drinking in a concentration of blue light intensity that, evolutionarily speaking, could only mean one thing. Your melanopsin receptors mistake that digital glow for high noon sunlight, completely tricking your master clock into believing the day has just begun. The moment that false high noon signal hits the master clock, a devastating neurochemical domino effect triggers instantly inside your brain. Under normal ancestral conditions, as the sun goes down, your pineal gland begins to steadily flood your system with melatonin, the hormone of darkness. Melatonin isn't just a sleep aid, it is a powerful antioxidant, a cellular repair agent, and a biological key that lowers your core body temperature and blood pressure to prepare your brain for deep, restorative sleep. But when blue light strikes those melanopsin receptors at night, the master clock hits the emergency brake. Melatonin production doesn't just slow down, it is abruptly suppressed. Studies show that just a brief exposure to standard room lighting or a smartphone screen at night can crush your melatonin levels by upwards of 50%, delaying its release for hours. Instead of a smooth transition into recovery, your brain experiences an immediate, unnatural neurochemical shift. Because the SCN thinks it's midday, it maintains a steady drip of cortisol, the stress and alertness hormone, and keeps your central nervous system highly alert. You are left biologically stranded. Your body is physically exhausted, but your brain chemistry is artificially jacked up on a daytime setting. You've locked your high-performance brain out of the very neurochemical runway it needs to repair itself. While you sleep, your brain is secretly performing a massive, critical cleanup operation. This is driven by the glymphatic system, a a specialized waste clearance pathway that acts like a nightly dishwasher for your central nervous system. When you enter deep, slow-wave sleep, your brain cells literally shrink by about 60%, allowing cerebrospinal fluid to rush through the tissue and wash away metabolic debris. Most notably, it flushes out amyloid beta and tau proteins, the toxic byproducts linked directly to cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease. But there is a catch. The glymphatic system only turns on during uninterrupted, high-quality deep sleep. And this is where artificial light fragmentation acts as an invisible blockade. Even if you manage to fall asleep with a TV on or streetlights bleeding through your blinds, your closed eyelids cannot block out all light. When that ambient light penetrates the eyelids, it continuously micro-arouses the master clock. You might not fully wake up or remember it, but your brain is constantly being yanked out of deep, slow-wave sleep and pushed into lighter stages of sleep. By fragmenting your sleep architecture, artificial light locks the door to the glymphatic system. The toxic waste is never flushed. It accumulates. You wake up the next morning, quite literally carrying the chemical trash from the day before. Most people assume that if a light bulb looks steady, it is emitting a constant stream of light. But under the hood of modern LED and fluorescent lighting, there is a hidden chaotic reality: flicker. To save energy, modern bulbs rapidly turn on and off hundreds of times per second. While this happens too fast for your conscious vision to perceive, your biology perceives it perfectly. Your retina and your brain's visual cortex can detect this high-frequency modulation, and it triggers a state of perpetual microstress. Your subconscious brain interprets this rapid strobing effect as an environmental instability, a subtle, constant threat. In response, the brain keeps your autonomic nervous system stuck in a low-grade, sympathetic fight-or-flight state. This constant background static drains your cognitive battery. Because your brain is wasting processing power trying to stabilize an unstable visual environment, your executive functioning takes a direct hit. Studies show this subconscious flicker fatigue causes subtle eye strain, raises microcortisol levels, and directly degrades your working memory and decision-making speed. You aren't just tired from your workload, you are cognitively throttled by the very lights illuminating your desk. We have all experienced brain fog, that frustrating, hazy state where your thoughts move like molasses, focus is impossible, and articulating a complex sentence feels like pulling teeth. We blame our diet, our stress, or our lack of caffeine, but the root cause is often a profound crisis in neuronal metabolic efficiency caused by poor light hygiene. Your brain is a metabolic glutton. It consumes roughly 20% of your body's total energy, and that energy is generated by the mitochondria inside your neurons. To produce ATP, the cellular fuel of high performance, your mitochondria require a balanced environmental signaling system. When you live in an environment flooded with unnatural blue light and devoid of natural near-infrared light, which is abundant in sunlight but completely missing from standard LEDs, you induce cellular oxidative stress. Deprived of natural light cycles and choked by suppressed melatonin, the mitochondria in your prefrontal cortex begin to misfire. They cannot produce ATP efficiently. This creates a state of localized cellular starvation. Without adequate energy, your neurons cannot fire across synapses at peak velocity. This drop in metabolic efficiency is what you physically experience as brain fog. It is the feeling of a high-performance engine trying to run on cheap, contaminated fuel. Modern 2026 display technologies, specifically high refresh rate OLEDs and ultra-bright, high-contrast screens, are masterclasses in engineering. They are designed to draw you in with hyper-vivid colors and fluid movement. But this visual perfection comes with a severe psychological cost. When you stare at a high-definition screen, your brain enters a state of hyper-focused visual processing. You are so locked into the influx of pixelated information that a primal safety mechanism gets overridden: your blink reflex. In a natural environment, humans blink roughly 15 to 20 times per minute. This involuntary action cleanses the eye, refreshes the tear film, and gives the brain a fraction of a second neural reset. However, studies show that when we stare at modern digital displays, our blink rate plummets by up to 50% to 60%. You are essentially staring open-eyed into a light cannon. This creates a dual crisis. Physically, it induces rapid tear evaporation, leaving your eyes dry, inflamed, and irritated. But neurologically, it is even worse. Blinking acts as a subconscious punctuation mark for your focus. By bypassing it, you force your brain into an unnatural, uninterrupted state of near-focus strain. The brain is denied its micro-resets, causing your neural processing speed to dry out alongside your eyes. You aren't just experiencing dry eyes, you are experiencing a dry, exhausted focus. Even if you are conscious of your screen time, there is an invisible assassin lurking inside your high-end devices and energy-efficient home LED bulbs. It's called pulse width modulation, PWM. To dim an LED light or a smartphone screen, manufacturers don't actually lower the current to make the light weaker. Instead, they use PWM to turn the light completely on and off at blindingly fast intervals. To your conscious eye, the light looks perfectly steady and comfortably dim. But to your brain, it is a nightmare. Your retina still registers this high-frequency, aggressive strobing. Even at frequencies stretching into thousands of hertz, your brain's visual cortex is forced to constantly process this rapid flickering. Your biology interprets this unperceived flashing as environmental instability. As a result, your brain interprets this chaotic input as a low-grade threat, triggering a subconscious cortisol spike. Without ever realizing why, your body floods your system with stress hormones. This invisible PWM loop keeps your central nervous system trapped in a state of high alert, quietly draining your cognitive battery, causing unexplained headaches, and leaving you feeling wired but tired. To combat this, millions of people rely on a modern security blanket, night mode. We activate the amber tint on our iPhones, turn on eye comfort on our laptops, or wear a pair of cheap blue-blocking glasses, believing we have magically neutralized the threat and protected our circadian rhythm. It is a comforting illusion, but biologically, it is a failure. Typical night modes only shift the color spectrum slightly, dampening some of the short wavelength blue light, but they completely ignore two critical variables: lux intensity and lux duration. Your master clock doesn't just read the color of light, it reads the total volume of photons hitting your eyes. An amber-tinted screen blasted at high brightness just 12 inches from your face still delivers more than enough total light energy to suppress melatonin. Furthermore, standard night modes leave the screen's backlighting active, meaning your melanopsin receptors are still getting triggered. Slapping a warm filter over a high-intensity LED display is like putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. It might make the screen look cozier, but it is fundamentally insufficient for true circadian preservation. Your brain still sees right through the filter, keeping your master clock stuck in the middle of the afternoon. To survive the modern digital grid, we have to introduce a radical new concept into our lives: biological darkness. Biological darkness does not mean sitting in a pitch-black room at 6 o'clock p.m. It means creating an environment where the total volume of blue light photons is so low that your melanopsin receptors finally register that the sun has set. It is about creating a synthetic night that mirrors the ancestral environment. The most effective way to achieve this, you need to remove human error from your light hygiene. Adjust your space so that precisely at sunset, all overhead lighting is dimmed and shifted down to a warm amber spectrum under 2700 Kelvin. Simultaneously, lower blinds to block out the predatory streetlights and LED car headlights outside. By automating your home to fade its light intensity alongside the turning of the Earth, you seamlessly signal to your pineal gland that it is safe to begin the massive flood of melatonin required for deep recovery. If biological darkness is how you end the day, the morning anchor is how you win it. You cannot fix your nighttime sleep without fixing your morning light exposure. To anchor your master clock, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, you must give it an unmistakable, high-intensity signal the moment you wake up. Here is your non-negotiable morning protocol. Within 30 minutes of waking, you must step outside and get direct, unfiltered sunlight into your eyes. On a clear sunny day, spend 5 to 10 minutes looking toward the horizon. Never stare directly at the sun. The ambient lux levels, even on a clear morning, are upwards of 10,000 to 50,000 lux, thousands of times more powerful than any indoor office light. On an overcast, cloudy day, the cloud cover scatters the light, but the photons are still there. Increase your exposure time to 15 to 20 minutes to get the same biological charge. This morning light anchor does two critical things. 1. It instantly shuts down any lingering melatonin, clearing away morning brain fog. 2. It starts a biological countdown clock. That exact blast of morning blue and infrared light dictates exactly when your brain will begin releasing melatonin 14 to 16 hours later. If you want deep sleep at 10 p.m., your master clock needs to see the sun at 7 a.m. But what about those unavoidable hours between sunset and bed, when you still need to work, create, or unwind? For your essential devices, standard software night modes aren't enough. You must upgrade to heavy-duty, physical blue-blocking filters. This means placing optical-grade, red-tinted physical screen protectors over your displays, or wearing specialized, laboratory-tested blue-blocking glasses that block 100% of light between 400 and 550 nanometers. By wrapping your eyes and your devices in these precision filters, you build an impenetrable shield around your circadian rhythm. You can navigate the 2026 digital landscape, finish your late-night work, and protect your high-performance brain, all while your biology rests in absolute, undisturbed darkness. If you want to maintain an elite brain, you cannot just defend against light at night. You must strategically leverage it during the day. This requires building a circadian-first workspace engineered around the natural physics of light. Your desk should not be buried in a dark corner or illuminated solely by buzzing overhead fluorescent tubes. It needs to be positioned directly adjacent to a window, placing you in the path of natural, full-spectrum daylight during your peak cognitive demanding hours. During your morning and early afternoon deep work blocks, keep your window blinds wide open. By working in this flood of natural sky radiation, you provide your master clock with a continuous stream of high-lux blueprint signaling. This constant natural input suppresses sleepiness, optimizes your dopamine production, and sharpens your spatial awareness. Fixing your light hygiene is not a quick fix that you try for a weekend. It is a long-term investment in your neural architecture. When you consistently synchronize your lighting environment with your ancestral biology, the compounding benefits on your memory and mood stability are profound. Every single night that you enter deep, unfragmented, slow-wave sleep, free from the disruptive influence of artificial light, your brain executes a critical process called synaptic consolidation. Your hippocampus, which acts as a temporary holding pen for the day's information, transfers your experiences, skills, and newly acquired data into the permanent storage of the cerebral cortex. Simultaneously, your brain cleanses the emotional residue of the day. Over months and years, this continuous neural optimization transforms your baseline psychology. Your memory retention skyrockets, your processing speed accelerates. More importantly, your emotional resilience hardens. Mood disorders, anxiety, and unpredictable bouts of depression are deeply intertwined with circadian disruption. By stabilizing your master biological clock, you stabilize your neurotransmitter systems, creating an unshakable foundation of focus, mental clarity, and emotional equilibrium. Look around society today, and you will see an entire population of environmental victims. Millions of people wander through their lives in a state of perpetual biological twilight, exhausted but wired, chronically foggy, and wondering why their brains refuse to fire at peak capacity. They are blind to the fact that the very lights illuminating their world are actively dismantling their biology. By shifting your relationship with light, you transition from a passive victim to a strategic alchemist. Light is no longer just something that helps you see. It is a powerful, non-pharmacological tool that you can manipulate to control your state of consciousness. You use the morning sun to trigger focus and drive. You use high-lux workspaces to crush cognitive tasks. And you use automated biological darkness and precision red light to trigger deep cellular repair at night. By mastering the spectrum of light, you reclaim your circadian rhythm, unlock your high-performance brain, and turn the modern environment into your ultimate competitive advantage.